Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having an awesome day. Today we're taking a look at a really affordable watch. It's the Seiko SNK809, a watch that only costs about $55. And you're probably thinking, well, this watch probably sucks, right? Well, it actually doesn't. It's actually a really good watch for the price. And under $100, I think this is your best option. And many other people would probably agree with me. Anyway, let's pick it up and get into it. I got this one on Amazon. I found it for $55 plus tax, so about 60 bucks. And I'm really quite surprised about everything about this watch. The quality of it, the movement inside of it, what you're getting, the build of it, everything, even the strap. And let's start it off with some basic stuff here. Well, it's from the Seiko 5 series. This is the SNK809. Now this is with the black dial and the black nylon or canvas strap here. And yeah, so some basic stuff about this watch. It's an automatic watch. It's under $100 like I said. We do have a 37mm diameter, which is quite small for some people and good for other people. If you go back in time, many watches were 36 or even under. So if you like traditional sizes, this is definitely great for you. And getting to some more stuff, we do have a 7S26 automatic movement in here. That's the movement you would see in the Seiko SKX. Now, this movement has about 21 joules. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour, or 6 beats per second, which is pretty good. Also, we do have some loom on this watch, which I will get to towards the middle of the video. The loom is not something like a Seiko SKX, but I think it does its job for the price point, and it's definitely justified. Now, case thickness of this watch, we're looking at 11 millimeters. Not that thick, but the exhibition case back does add a little bump there to your wrist. So I think it's kind of needed. It feels a bit, more secure on the wrist with this exhibition case back. And we have a complete sandblasted case finish here. Very smooth, very nice. I was really surprised by the build. The smooth bezel here is definitely planted nicely onto the case, as you can see. We do get a Hardlex crystal, which is Seiko's own proprietary crystal that they produce, and it's a really good crystal. I have it on a few other Seiko watches that I have, and I've never really had a problem with one. Although not as scratch resistant as something like a genuine sapphire crystal, which you would see in watches at a higher price point, I think it does its job quite well at $55 for a watch. Now, something weird also about this watch. The crown is at the 4 o'clock position, which, is not typical on a watch. I know the Seiko SKX has it also. But the crown is really small, and it's kind of tucked into this nice round case here, as you can see. It's done this way so it doesn't dig into your wrist, and I think they did a pretty good job executing that. You might think, well, how do I get this thing out? It's actually really easy to pull the crown out. And as you can see, there's a little space here that they left open, so you can actually pull the crown out. Anyway, going to the dial, it's your typical kind of Flieger military-ish dial here. Pretty standard. You do have your 12 through 11, your hour, on the inner part of the dial here, as you can see. Then we have your minute track going around the outer part. What really pops on this watch, in my opinion, are the red-tipped second hand we have here. And, of course, this nice red on the date wheel here, or the day wheel, I should say. We have your day and date over here at the 3 o'clock. And I think the red and the red over here, if you can see that on the seconds hand, really pops. In a watch that's not really showy in many ways, I think these subtle things help it immensely. But yeah, it comes on this strap here. We have an 18mm lug width. This watch is definitely awesome for changing straps, guys. I already purchased a rubber strap for this watch, and it's on the way. I like this strap. It's comfortable. It's not a bad strap, guys. But I did kind of find that this holster right here on this strap kind of digs in my wrist a little bit. I really don't like it. As you can see, this one is covered with the nylon or canvas strap, but this one kind of rubs against my wrist when I have it on, and I really don't like that. It's wearable, not that bad, but I'll definitely change out the strap. And of course you can throw a nice leather strap on here, or 18 millimeters is a pretty easy size to find in terms of finding new watch straps. Now, this is a Seiko 5 watch from the Seiko 5 line. As you can see, the part where it says 5 is raised, which is not bad. We have little luminous circles here going around the dial. I'll get you the Loom Shot in a little bit. It says automatic 21 joules, as this movement has 21 joules. Now, in terms of power reserve, we're getting about 43 hours, which is not bad. Now, there is no hacking and no hand winding. And, I agree, I don't have a problem with that. At $55, $60, whatever you paid for this watch, you can't expect anything super extra. I think, to provide an automatic watch at $60 with a decent case and finish and movement, and I think they did a great job. I don't think they should give you any more, to be quite honest. And, yeah, so that's some pretty basic stuff about the watch. Now also, I want to talk a little bit about the case back, the water resistance, but first I want to talk about actually Seiko 5. Well, Seiko 5 has been around a pretty long time. Now, I'm not going to get into the complete history of the Seiko 5, but I just wanted to say, in 1963, Seiko actually tried to create a watch with 5 key attributes. Basically, those were automatic winding, a day and a date, and, decent water resistance and a recessed crown over at 4. And, of course, a nice durable case with a nice strap. And the first automatic chronograph introduced in 1969 was the Seiko 5 Sports Speed Timer. And I believe that was the first Seiko 5 piece. So, they've been around for a long time, Seiko 5s. There's definitely some cool pieces in the Seiko 5 line. Definitely some cool JDM models as well, which you won't see in the States as much. And yeah, a lot of people do collect vintage Seikos and stuff like that. Their vintage chronographs are quite cool. But anyway, guys, let's go to the case back now. And what I really like about this case back, well, this watch kind of shoots at beginners, people getting into mechanical timepieces. And, it's nice for them to see what's going on inside their watch. Now, the case back is screwed down. We only have 30 meters of water resistance. Not something to take in the water. Although I would have kind of liked 100 meters or something like that on this piece. I would love to take this thing in the water, but just not happening. Especially at this price. And the actual movement does say some stuff here. It does say Malaysia right here. Seiko is printed on the back of this crystal, and on the movement it's inscribed, which I think is a nice little touch that Seiko did there. Now the case back side is polished, which I think looks quite good. And if you can see, they did polish in here as well. Once you remove the strap, you'll see they polished the inner portion over here. And I think that's, nice little touches that Seiko really did here. It's quite a nice looking watch, in my opinion. What do you guys think about it? Do you like how it looks? Let me just wipe off this dial. I really like how the dial kind of has a glossy kind of look. And, if you really look at the dial, it's kind of glossy when the light hits it. If you can see that, I like that. I do like that. Anyway, the watch is really easy to function, guys. You pull this crown out. It's already in the first position. I just pulled it out to the first position. Then we can change the date here. Nice quick set date. And then we have the day of the week. I believe this is the Spanish and the English. Yep, there we go. Very legible. Nice bright white. Very legible. Everything fits in nicely too. They really did a nice job on this watch. And the funny thing is, now the final position, let me get to that after. Final position is your time set position. Pretty nice too. Really surprised. As you see, you can back hack this one also if you guys really want to, just like the Seiko SKX if you want to get a more precise time set. Considering we don't have the hacking feature on this piece. I'm going to push that back in. There we go. They even signed the buckle here, which matches the finish of the case, as well as these two holsters right here. Not bad, Seiko. Not too bad. So, yeah, I mean, you know, all in all, I can't really complain about anything for $60. We're getting a great movement. A Seiko 5 does have some history to it. I do like that. Nice case build. Nice classic militaristic dial here. Very classic dial. I like that. You know, the strap isn't half bad either. We do have some nice kind of black stitched in. I'm not sure if this is genuine leather. I don't think so, but it's stitched in over here to give some more support to the holes here, which definitely won't break. It's pretty strong. And yeah, right now I want to get you guys a nice loom shot and show you what this bad boy looks like in the dark. I'll be right back, guys. And here is the loom shot. Super bright. I mean, look at that. Really bright. Seconds hand, hour, and minutes hand, and then the little circles going around the dial there on the outer portion. I think it's really good. I mean, I've heard people say the loom is not something to write home about, but I mean, just look at how bright that is. I think it's really good. Here's how the watch looks on my 6.25-inch wrist. Actually fits me quite nice, but I do have a smaller wrist, guys, so now it kind of rides pretty close to the wrist, I'd say. The strap's definitely comfortable. I must say it's very comfortable. Besides this one pusher, this one holster over here, it kind of rubs my skin a little bit, but, you know, not going to complain about that, especially at this price. I think the black dial is the most stunning one. That's just me, though. They have a few different flavors they sell this watch in. I'll throw up a shot right now of a picture of some different flavors they sell. You get a blue, some other colors there, as you can see. Very nice, a lot of options. Now, this is the number, I believe, not one or two, the number 1 or 2 selling watch on Amazon, which is quite amazing, you know, in terms of watches, considering watch sales are definitely a small portion of Amazon sales, in my opinion. Amazon is a huge online vendor, and for this to be number 1 or 2 in that section has to definitely mean something. People really do like this watch. I like it myself. Now, if I didn't say about the movement, well, in terms of accuracy and stuff like that, Seiko claims -20 or +40 seconds a day, but that's definitely not the case. You can actually even adjust these yourself and tweak them out yourself to get like +10 seconds a day or 8 seconds a day. But over the past day, this one has gained 10 seconds. Not too bad, right? Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I did leave some links for you guys if you're interested in picking up one of these cool watches on Amazon where I purchased mine. I did leave that in the description below. So you can definitely check that out. And also, guys, leave me a comment, share this with your friends. Definitely throw me a like if you liked the video. If you have a question, leave it in the comment section below. I always like responding to questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Seiko SNK809. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. Bye.